We are officially live. Welcome to the Dropshot, episode 4. I already know the title for this one. It's going to be Season 2 ! Because there was a ton of shit in Season 2, which we will be absolutely going over. And then we've got some hidden changes for you guys, as always. We've got our own opinions, our own commentary. We've had some experience with the game. Season 2 dropped yesterday, so we've only played it a couple hours each, but we have a good idea of just about everything that's been added, especially with respect to multiplayer. And we are here today to tell you we're about to get into it. So if you're listening to this on Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, first of all, I want to say thank you. I'm glad you found us. If you're not subscribed to the podcast on this platform, please make sure you do so, because we do release podcast episodes every week. Speaking of which, Tanner, when is the next episode going to be? How does the 15th sound?
Another one so soon? Yeah, that works.
Okay. The 15th at 8 p.m.
That'd be perfect. I don't work on Sunday. That'd be great.
All right. So the next episode is going to be February 15th at 8 p.m. Pacific time. And like I said, if you're listening to this on Google Play, Stitcher, iTunes, the podcast is streamed live at twitch.tv/Razinon in the Just Chatting section. Viewer interaction is very high, so if you enjoy the podcast, but you wanted to be here and ask us questions in the middle of it, then try to follow the stream and then be here next time we go live so you can be a part of the conversation. And lastly, if you happen to be on iTunes, as the majority of podcast listeners are, if you could give us a rating on iTunes, that would be very appreciated. It helps with the discoverability immensely. So with all of that out of the way, I am Casey, aka Razinon. I'm joined by Tanner, aka Tanner. Say hi, Tanner.
Hello.
There we go. All right, so let's get into this. Big patch, Season 2. We've got some patch notes here. They do not encompass everything that changed, obviously, and we're going to get into that too. Yeah, that's crazy for me.
Yeah.
But what we will do first is go over what is in the notes, and then we'll go over a couple things we've discovered that are not in the notes. So, new operator of Ghost. That's cool. Cosmetic only. They gave it to everyone for free, which I think is fantastic. What I don't like is everyone's fucking Ghost now. So I almost wish it was behind a paywall, because I have money and I would buy it, right? And then all the 12-year-olds would be jealous, and there'd be fewer ghosts, so I would feel more unique. As an edgelord piece of shit myself, I'm a Ghost Nikto Kruger gamer. But it is, in reality, in all seriousness, it's a good thing that they gave it to everyone free, and as soon as the season dropped, everyone automatically had it. So that was cool. Timothy Raiden, what's up, dude? Timothy Ryan Dean. Sorry, I can't read. What's up, Tim? It's official. I'm getting a PC on March 28th. Tell Tanner. Hell fucking yeah, dude.
Hell fucking yeah, brother.
Awesome. I look forward to playing with you, Tim. You're just in time. We're just starting this podcast. So, in addition, there are 2 new weapons, the Grau 5.56 and the Striker 45. So the Grau is an assault rifle, and the Striker 45 is an SMG. Tanner and I have both used the Grau. Neither of us have used the Striker yet. But Grau, first opinions, first thoughts, Tanner.
I really liked it at first. I thought it was good, pretty hard hitting. I probably have like 400 or 500 kills with it by now. And I don't know, I haven't figured out. I don't know. I'm undecided on it. I mean, I haven't unlocked the monolithic. I haven't unlocked. I think I only have 1 barrel unlocked out of the 4. No, I have 2 unlocked out of the 4.
Yeah.
So that may change. I mean, I've got the stippled tape, whatever they call it for that gun. It's not stippled. But,
yeah, it's like the XRK something or XRX. Yeah. Okay.
But I don't know. I can't decide if I like optic or iron sight. So kind of undecided so far. It's still not an M4, so there's that.
What's interesting about this gun that is not the case for any other gun in this game so far is that the barrel you use changes the iron sights. So every single barrel has a different iron sight for the gun, which I think is interesting.
You know what else they did?
Go ahead.
Sorry. No, you finish.
I was just going to say the default iron sights are by far the worst iron sights. which is kind of good. It's an additional incentive to be using one of those barrels. And really, you should always be using some type of barrel attachment on an assault rifle anyway. I think it's like the most impactful attachment because it can give you bullet velocity, which is super stupid important in this game. So the iron sights for all the non-default barrels, for all the barrel attachments, I should say, are very good. So I'm happy with that aspect of the Grau. You were going to say something.
I like how what they've done with this gun. I don't know, maybe it's just been with the DLC weapons, but the attachments, like the grips and stuff, they look completely different. Like, it's not just putting grip tape on it, like on the M4, the MP5. It's completely changing the look of the grip. So I'm not sure if that's something new they're going to be doing. Also, there was a different foregrip. They named a few things differently, like the foregrips.
Yeah, I thought that was weird.
The pistol grip. So maybe that's going to be something they're changing going forward. Maybe, again, it's something that's going to tie in with, at some point you're going to be able to, camos on the attachments and different things that they had talked about. Better weapon customization, even deeper. Maybe that's all, they're starting to put that in there now with the new stuff.
Yeah, which would be cool for sure. I second your notion on that because it would be cool. I did find it interesting when I saw all the attachments. Like the stippled grip tape does basically the same thing, but it looks totally different and it's named totally differently as well. And I'm not really sure why they did that because this is like the only assault rifle that's the case for. Pretty much one of the only guns that's the case for. Like the P90 has a couple unique attachments also. Like the fly strap is the only attachment like it in the game. But besides the P90, I can't really think of any other gun that has attachments that are totally unique to only that gun. Mm-hmm. Except for now with the Grau.
Yeah, so that's a good sign, I think, for the future.
Yeah, that's cool. As far as customization and stuff is concerned. My opinion on it is I don't think I've used it enough and I don't have all the attachments either, like you were saying. So it's hard to evaluate it to give it like a final analysis. But from what I can tell so far, it doesn't have a distinct identity in relationship to the other assault rifles. So like if you want a laser beam assault rifle with like no recoil, you're going to use like a Kilo or an M13. If you want something with a fuck ton of damage, you're going to use an Odin or a Scar. If you want something that's well-rounded or overpowered, you're going to use an M4 or a Ram. So I guess the Grau is kind of in that niche, but it's like we don't need another like run-of-the-mill stereotypical assault rifle. Like this thing, there's no reason to use this instead of an M4 or instead of like a Ram,
Exactly.
It just doesn't have enough of a distinct identity. I think the only thing, okay, if they nerf the M4, we could have a totally different conversation because then I would say maybe the Grau would be, because then I would choose the Grau if I wanted the 60 round mags because the Ram doesn't have access to 60 round mags. So then there would be a place for it in the assault rifle selection meta. But as it stands with the M4, it's just hard to evaluate any assault rifle unless it does something very particular, very well, and better than the M4. But the Grau is just yet another run-of-the-mill assault rifle. And when the M4 exists, it's like, why the fuck am I going to use this?
Yeah, you said that absolutely perfectly. It just has no identity. It's not better. It's not the best at anything. It's just dead in the middle.
Exactly. So anyway, and then the next gun that we got is the Striker. So the Grau is unlocked pretty early in the tiers before tier 20. I think it's like 17. And then the Striker 45, I believe, is released in like the 40s. Do you know, Tanner?
Yeah, I want to say like 41 maybe or something.
Yeah, so Tanner's going to look into that right now. But neither of us have used it. But what I've heard on Twitter and stuff from the few people who have used it is that it's pretty trash. Which is unfortunate because the description of it reads something like um it reads like it's better at long range than other submachine guns or than other guns in this class, which I was like, damn, that's cool, because it's like a hybrid SMG assault rifle, kind of like an M13 but more on the short range side, which I was excited for. But if it's trash, then that's not going to matter. But I think I need to get it in my own hands, get all the attachments, and then I'll give you guys a final evaluation. Probably won't be by episode 5, but the podcast after that, which I suspect will be on the 22nd, by then I'll definitely have this SMG max level, and I can give you a more detailed breakdown and review of that gun.
It's 31, so it won't take us that long to get.
Okay, so yeah, so you unlock that in the tiers at tier 31. So it's kind of cool that these are a lot more shallow in the tier pool than the Ram and the Holger were, because I'm pretty sure the Ram was in like the 30s or 40s. But anyway, so that's good. Playlist update. They added the CDL playlist. Don't give a flying fuck about this. I don't think most people are really going to care about this either, especially because it's not ranked. Do you think they should have ranked this?
Absolutely. That's what all the pros were saying on Twitter. They're like, this is cool, but it's not ranked, so who fucking cares?
Yeah. It's just like, yeah, exactly.
And then also, it's not even set up. It's not even CDL rules technically. Like they still have streaks or something in it. I was reading something about that too.
Oh, really?
It's just another thing they messed up or didn't do correctly.
It completely defeats the purpose if you're not going to exactly copy the CDL rule set.
Yeah.
And if you are going to completely copy the CDL rule set, then you should also make it a ranked mode, because why else would you play that? Like to practice? But I don't know. I just don't get it. So anyway, no interest in that. Realism Ground War. I can't imagine this is going to be popular at all.
Not at all.
Like, no one's been asking for this as far as I've seen. So it's very weird to me that they even added this. I was so surprised when I saw this. Adding Boneyard into Ground War rotation. I guess that's one of the new maps.
Yep.
Yeah, we haven't tried
that. I heard that one's decent. It sounds like it's very hard to get, though. Everybody is saying they're playing Ground War for hours and they can't ever find a lobby for it.
Yeah, so something that most Call of Duty titles do when a new map comes out is they weight it more heavily. So the odds of getting it are higher. So if there are 3 maps in the rotation, instead of 33, 33, 33, they add a new map. It's the 3rd map. And they give that like a 50% chance of being the map in that playlist, and then 25 to the other 2. They definitely should have done this. Of course, they obviously didn't if people are having trouble finding it. I haven't played it yet, but it's cool that they added another map. Rust only playlist, 6v6. How do you like Rust so far, Tanner?
I'm not having a great time. I've only played today, though. Didn't sleep the best. Still a little, tired from traveling all day yesterday, flying for 11 hours. So,
yeah.
But first impressions are not the greatest. I'd rather play Shipment and Shoot House over this.
I agree with that. Shipment. Rust has horrible spawns, and they're almost worse than Shipment, which I didn't think was possible, right? Like, I didn't think it was possible to have spawns worse than Shipment. But Rust kind of does. And part of the problem is that the visibility in this game is so poor that when you add in a map like Rust and also add trillions of dust particles, it's just impossible to see people. So even if the spawn wouldn't have been that bad, it becomes bad because as soon as you spawn in, you're not going to see the guy who's pre-aimed at you and then fucks your ass. So Rust is not playing super well on this map, and it's all because of the visibility problems that are endemic to this game specifically. So it's just like Crash, in my opinion. Like, it's an example of a good map that just can't work in this game because of the lack of minimap and because of the atrocious visibility. And
also, at this point, now that we've seen this, and like, I don't know, you and I aren't the biggest fans of it, I'm essentially not excited for any old map to come back at this point, because they just don't play as well in this game. You're right. It's the visibility, and at the end of the day, it's the mini map. They don't play the same.
I'm coming to that opinion more. Like Terminal, I was super excited for, but because Terminal's not 3 lanes, I just think it's not going to be fun in this game.
Yeah.
It's too open and porous, and there are too many little avenues and camp spots. When the minimap functions normally, that's fine. And when visibility is good, that's fine also. So that makes Terminal an exceptional top 10 COD maps of all time. But because of this game and the problems I just talked about, I don't think Terminal's going to play well. With that said, I would be excited for other maps to come back. I think Slums would be excellent in this game. I think it would play really well.
Yeah, I don't remember if Slums was on that leaked list.
I don't know either. I think it was, but I'm not positive. Don't quote me on that. I think, what's another map that would play really well? Let me see. I think Jungle would actually play pretty fucking well in this game.
Literally about to say that once you were done, Jungle would play great in this game.
And the reason is because I don't think even this game could accomplish fucking up visibility on Jungle. I think the way that map is designed and how open it is, that the visibility is going to be good enough, even in this game, for it to play really fucking well. And it's like big. It's like as big as the average Modern Warfare map. So I think that would be super fun.
Yeah.
You know, and then, but basically what I'm trying to get at is any 3-lane map that they brought back would be fucking awesome. Like, look at how well Shoot House plays. It's the best playing, best feeling, most high flow, best spawns in the game map that there is. And that's precisely because it's the only 3-lane map. And when you have 3-lane maps, it's really easy for the spawn algorithm to do its job properly and not spawn someone in your ass.
Yeah.
But when the map just has nothing to it, like it's not going to work. Like Favela is another example. That's a great map that would be so fucking bad in this game, I wouldn't play it.
Yeah, it'd be horrendous.
It would be so bad, but it's such a good map in the context of MW2. But in this game, it would just be awful because it's not 3 lanes and without the mini map and the visibility anyway. So we also have Gunfight Snipers 3v3. I do want to try this, but I'm leveling up the 2 new weapons or the 1 new weapon, so I haven't been able to try this yet. I kind of wish they just had regular ass Gunfight 3v3 though. I think they did have that and we never played it. Is that what happened, Tanner?
They did, yeah.
Okay, so.
I don't know, Snipers would be fun.
That'll be fun though, so. And then Rust is also going to be a gunfight map, so that's cool. How would gunfight... I actually don't think that's cool. I take that back.
No, it's too big.
It's too big, and you could also just camp mid-top.
Well, it'd be very hard to get up there.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
There's too many places to hide. Dude.
I don't know. I think it'd be pretty easy to get up there. Because there's so many ways to start climbing that. I don't know. I'd have to play it. But yeah.
Well, if you're talking to, I was thinking all the way up top.
Oh no, I just mean somewhere up top.
Okay. Then yeah, that wouldn't be great.
Yeah. So anyway, Atlas Superstore is a new map. Oh, dude, look it. It is in 10s.
I know it is. That's what I was saying. But there's 2 10v10 playlists in the fucking game.
Yeah. Okay. I've never
keep
played
that
it.
The fuck in mind.
I've never played it in 10s. Yeah. So I played this map in 6s, and my thought was, this is a good map, but it's too big, and it needs to be in 10s. I didn't know it was in 10s already. Did you play it in 10s at all?
No, I played it in 6s.
Yeah.
And immediately when I started playing, within like 3 kills, I'm like, oh, this is a slow ass map. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to just like drop a nuke or something, go for a really high streak.
Okay.
And I ended up going on like an 18 the very first time I ever played it because there's so many places to hide.
Yeah.
I was playing slow. I was just waiting for footsteps because it's 6v6 and that's what you do. You just sit in a corner and listen for everybody.
Yeah.
So it just goes to show there's too many places to hide.
Yeah, I'm curious how it would play in tens.
It would play substantially better.
I think it would play better. It's just harder to play slow when there are 4 more enemies on the other team.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the more enemies there are in your vicinity, the harder it is to camp, because you're gonna have to put up with more nade spam, more tack spam, more people just fucking YOLOing in with 725s or akimbo snake shots. We're getting to that.
Yeah.
So I think it would play well in tens. It's just too
I
big
think it
for
would.
sixes. It shouldn't even be there. So
Agreed.
regiments, check them out in the social menu. This is kind of cool. It's like little clans. It's like a guild if you played any MMOs. You basically like create a regiment in your social menu, and then you can invite players to it. If you do, you set a regiment tag, and then you can set your clan tag to your regiment clan tag, and it'll change to like a yellow gold color, which is cool. And you also set a happy hour. So for that hour that you set, so let's say I set it for 9 o'clock Pacific time, from 9 to 10, if I'm playing with anyone else in my regiment, we both get like double XP. So it would be cool if XP mattered at all, which it doesn't. But the idea is cool. The clan tag thing is cool, but it just doesn't matter as far as the XP goes.
Can you change that on the fly? Like what time you pick it? Or does it have to be done?
You can reset it every 24 hours. So
got it.
I'm gonna set ours to 8 Pacific.
Yeah, 8 would be good.
Yeah. So anyway,
go
ahead.
It would also be cool if at some point they added something to that, like you can make a custom clan emblem for next to your name. You know, it needs something else. It's kind of just worthless now, but you know, maybe they're going to be expanding on it, and this is just the start.
That's a good point. A custom clan emblem would be really fucking cool. I really like that about Black Ops 4. You could like customize paint jobs and emblems. Yeah, and your emblem was the funniest.
Very well.
Black Ops 4's customization and artwork, as far as the calling cards, the way they did challenges was all infinitely better than this game's.
Oh, so much better, yeah.
In addition to the prestige system, it went up to 1,000. There were new prestige emblems for every prestige, and prestige emblems for master every time you reached the next 100. All fantastic, and that we're not going to see that in this game. But it would be cool to see like customizable clan tag, or like emblems, or I guess it would probably just be emblems, but
yeah, it would just have to be an emblem. But like, yeah, I mean, if they just took everything what Black Ops had, all of that, the calling cards, challenges, and just swapped the gameplay with Modern Warfare, it would be amazing.
That would be definitely fantastic.
Like
all the Dark Ops challenges and stuff too. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we talked about that when Modern Warfare first came out. Like that would be a 10 out of 10 game.
Absolutely fucking not. It would be an 8 out of 10 game. But
the devs can just, I don't know, they can get one thing really well and then they'll fuck up the other part like they did with the calling cards.
Yeah. For it to be a 10 out of 10 game, they would have to do that, bring back the old mini map, make the visibility better, and they'd also have to just remove 90% of the maps in the game.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so forget what I said, but yeah.
It's definitely not 10 out of 10, but it would be better. So, but that's a conversation for another time. New trials, don't care because XP doesn't matter. I'll never play a trial again. Spec Ops Survival, Azir Cave, Sony exclusive, doesn't matter. No one plays this.
That's the biggest don't give a fuck right there.
Yeah, that just doesn't matter. Akimbo weapon perk available in the gunsmith. So this is for pistols. You can use them akimbo. What that means is you have a pistol in each hand. So the drawback is you can't ADS, obviously. The benefit is you have 2 pistols instead of 1. So you can fire with your left click or your right click, or your left trigger and your right trigger if you're a console peasant. We're going to get more into that, but you haven't used akimbo yet, huh, Tanner?
No, and I probably never will because I don't care.
Yeah. So the only thing this will be, we'll talk about this more because I have some words about this, but we're gonna revisit that. So general fixes, a fix for the focus challenge not tracking properly, K. They added farmland back into the rotation, which is good because this map a lot of people liked.
Yeah.
They also removed a bunch of second story access points, so you can't camp in the second story of 5 buildings on farmland, just to reduce camping and stuff. I think that's cool, actually. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
So people will just camp in the top stories of buildings less often, so that's cool. But they didn't remove all the 2 stories, so there's still some, but there just aren't as many, which is great. Fixes for exploits. It doesn't matter. Let me see. Fix for plat and Damascus camos sometimes having a blinding glare when in certain areas that contain sunlight. That's good. This is what stopped me from using the irons. This is what stopped me from using dark matter on any gun that I used iron sights on in Black Ops 4. Because once I got 30 kills and my gun is just fucking glowing bright orange, I can't ADS. It's too bright. So I just stopped using that camo on any gun that I was running iron sights on. So it's cool that I'm not going to have that problem here because I do have Damascus and so does Tanner. So keep that in mind. Fix for a bug. Disable the copy loadout feature. Weird.
Probably because nobody did it. I don't see the point of it.
I used it all the time.
That's so weird.
I used it a lot for when I was doing like my launcher camos. I would just copy my AK class or my AK, my M4 class to slot 2, and the only thing I would change once I copy it is the launcher. So like, anyway, it's weird that they disabled it and then didn't say why. That's the weird part. Like, oh, we're fixing it, so we're gonna bring it back. It's like, I don't know. Anyway. Trophy system deploy time been reduced by ½ second. That's a long time. That's a fat reduction. We're going to see the implications of this in CDL more than anything, but the trophy system did deploy too slowly, so that's a cool change. Fixed a bug that allowed players to get infinite weapon drops by canceling kill streaks. Cool. Didn't know about the bug. I don't exploit. Fixed a bug where objectives were not giving field upgrade progress. So we were talking about this last time. Our thesis was that this would never be fixed. Surprisingly, they say it has been. Has it actually? No one knows. I don't know. Maybe. But it's interesting that they even knew about it. So, next up, big changes. Perks rebalancing. They moved Overkill to a perk 2 slot. So, Overkill used to be a blue perk. It was in the blue category. Which was like the less strong category, and they moved it to the red slot, which is the most strong category. So what that means is they essentially made Overkill worse because now you have to give up a better perk to take it because it's in a pool with all the other best perks like Restock and Ghost and I guess that's like all the good ones in perk 2.
Yeah.
So
hardline if you can't get kill streaks.
Hardline if you have trouble with the personal radars. So yeah. So that okay. So it switched places with kill chain. Overkill getting moved to the perk 2 slot, good change. Moving kill chain to the perk 1 slot, bad change. Because the blue perks are very situational depending on the map for me. And there are a lot of times where I'm not going to care about running anything else but kill chain. Like if I'm playing on shipment, I'm probably going to want EOD. So then I won't have kill chain because now that's in perk slot 1, the blues. But if I'm on like Arklov Peak 10v10 Dom, I don't fucking need EOD. I don't need any other blue perk. So I'm going to take kill chain. In addition to my strongest perk in perk 2, whether that be Ghost, Overkill, or Restock. So now you have all these kill chain gamers that don't really have to give up anything in a lot of cases, and you're just going to see so many more kill streaks as a result of it, and I do not like this change at all. What are your thoughts, Tanner?
I agree. I mean, we saw it playing Rust earlier. That team had... I think they literally called in 5 or 6 VTOLs in a row, one after the other.
Yeah.
And it was kids sitting up top just using kill chain. I think one of them for sure was using kill chain hardline.
Yeah, kill chain hardline. That's
I mean, it's
another
just dumb.
good.
You basically have to get 4 kills, and then you hide and wait for your next one streak.
Yep.
To pretty much get you a chopper gunner.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't even think about that, but you could do kill chain hardline. You get 4 kills, and then you get your precision airstrike, and then that gets you hopefully 2 or 3 kills. Maybe it gets you 2. You get 1 more. There's your VTOL. That's going to get you whatever other streak you want, especially on a small ass map like Rust. So I don't like this change at all. I like that they moved overkill. I don't like that they moved kill chain. EOD, they removed the hacking ability and added it to the spotter perk. I think that's cool because EOD was already worth using without the hack ability, and spotter was not really worth using ever. So changing the hacking to spotter is cool. And they talked about having it working through walls, which would make spotter almost worth using, especially because it's in the yellow tier, which is the lowest tier of perk. So you wouldn't be giving up much. Double time, they doubled the recharge rate of tac sprint. This is another good change because double time used to just be you sprinted for longer, but that's not really what you care about. What you care about is being able to tac sprint when you need it again. It's not about how fast you run in a 100-meter dash. This isn't the Olympics 2020 simulator game. This is Call of Duty. So I need my tac sprint when I want it. So the recharge rate is definitely a better change there. So that's cool. Quick fix now instantly starts regenning as soon as you get a kill. It's fucking noticeable. It's super noticeable. This is a good perk now. I don't know if it's worth using, but it's pretty up there. This could definitely be worth using on like Shipment, Rust, Shoot House, small maps where you're going to be slaying multiple kids. Having that health regen instantly start when you get a kill, really valuable. Let's see what else we have here. Perk 2, Ghost removes snapshot grenade immunity, and they moved it to battle hardened. I'm not sure they should have moved it to battle hardened because battle hardened's already really good, especially after the changes, which we're going to get to. But no one uses... It
makes more sense, though.
Yeah. Kind of. I could see an argument in either case. I guess you're right. It's like I don't know where else I would really move that immunity to, but no one uses snapshot grenades anyway, so it doesn't really matter, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Restock, change the equipment recharge rate from 30 to 25. So you restock things a little quicker. It's a buff to restock, which is fine, I guess. I guess that's good. What, by the way, Tanner, I didn't think about this till right now. All of these changes, these are buffs to like every perk. Specialist is so much better now.
Is it though?
Did you think about that? Because I just thought about it.
Not at all. No.
Dude, Specialist is so much better now. Specialist bonus, you get all of these buffs. Like all of these perk changes are buffs. Dude, holy shit.
To get 7 kills to get there.
Fuck, this is so good for Specialist. Oh my god. Yeah, sure. But as soon as you get it, you're a god. Fuck, dude. That's crazy. So definitely try Specialist if you haven't, listeners. Had to hit the vape there. All right, so Kill Chain went to perk slot 1. We just talked about that. Point Man increased the score gain for score streaks across all modes. So Point Man got a massive buff. You get more score when you're using this so that you can hit those kill streak, score streak thresholds more easily. In addition, when you do damage to an enemy kill streak and it dies, even though you don't last tap it, you get assist score, which is also going to help you immensely if you're using Point Man. So Point Man might even be worth using now in certain game modes. I'm thinking Domination. I'm thinking Kill Confirmed. I'm thinking Hardpoint.
Hardpoint. Yeah.
It might be pretty fucking good now. So I'm going to have to give that a try. Tune-Up also got buffed. God, Specialist is going to be so gross. Increase the field upgrade cost reduction. so you get your field upgrade again more quickly. Spotter gets the hacking ability that EOD originally had. Battle hardened, important buffs. Added the snapshot grenade immunity. And very importantly, everyone's been asking for this. I'm glad they added it. Added gas grenade resistance. So you no longer cough when you enter the gas if you have battle hardened. You're slowed down less when you're gassed, and you're blurred less when you're in gas, which is all of the things battle hardened should have done originally.
It's so weird they didn't think of that when the game came out, that gas needed some sort of a
counter.
It needed a counter.
Yeah. It is weird they didn't think of that originally. I'm glad they finally added it, though.
Yeah, great ad. Didn't really expect that to ever change, so
I didn't
I'm really
either.
glad.
Yeah, absolutely. So
it really only matters on shipment, but yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. But still, when shipment comes back, I love that playlist. I'm going to be happy that this exists.
Yeah.
But what's going to happen now is no one's going to use gas grenades anymore.
Yeah, nobody will use it.
And then it's not going to matter again.
Good then.
Yeah, good change. Yeah, but I'm happy with that, exactly. So crossbow, some kills weren't tracking properly. Supposedly they fixed it. The explosive bolts were killing juggernauts in one hit. They changed that. Very slight tuning to the reload speed. We're still fine-tuning this one, so more adjusting is in the works. I don't know what that means. I'm assuming that means that it reloads a tiny bit faster now, which is good.
I would assume.
That's my assumption, which is good. They should have changed their verbiage from very slight to significantly, because it needs to reload way faster.
I also want to point out, thank you to whoever put these patch notes out, Ashton Williams, for putting stuff in there like more adjusting in the works, or for the spotter perk. We're currently working on the ability to hack through walls. Like, thank you. Like, that's what we want to hear that we haven't been hearing. Even they could have put out an update 2 weeks ago saying, we've heard all the complaints about gas grenades. We're currently working on a counter. Like, just say that. It's that simple. If you say that, it gives your player base so much more time that they're not going to fucking care, as long as they know you're doing something about it. They won't be complaining every day. If you're saying we're doing this, it's in the works, it'll be out soon, that's all we care about.
I agree. I couldn't agree more, and that is a really good point to point out. And yeah, it's cool that they added it in the patch notes too. Like, we're still changing this. I echo everything you just said. Absolutely. And then fix the bug where crossbow didn't do melee damage to deployable cover. Don't care. SA87. I saw one person using this earlier. I want to fucking try this gun bad now. Smoothed out recoil, increased damage. Dude, the SA87 was not bad before this buff.
Yeah.
So it
probably slaps.
It might slap, dude. Increased damage on an LMG? Dude, that seems like it's gonna slap kids now. Especially with smooth out recoil too. These are by default values, by the way. So this is before any attachment additions. So I'm really excited to try the SA87. It was never used, so it's kind of cool, and it makes sense that they buffed it. But like I said, it wasn't bad before. It just wasn't... It just didn't have its own niche. But now it might. As like the most mobile LMG in the game besides the Holger. That's also now going to have less recoil than it used to and more damage. That thing probably fucking slaps. Bloodless TV, what's up, man? Welcome. The SA87 is great now, says Bloodless. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, that makes sense, Blood. I'm not surprised by that, because it was good before. I would have said it doesn't need to have anything changed before, because it had its own little place in the LMG category. But now it's going to be really good. I'm excited to try it. Do you remember the MW3 LMG buff? I did not play MW3 at all, Blood, so no, unfortunately. I will be playing it eventually, though. I'm going to be playing every single old Call of Duty, so keep that in mind. Yeah, it's a big oof, I know. So, we've also got increased RAM 7 extended mag count from 45 to 50. Good change. I'm curious if they actually did it, because this is the second time they've said they've done that. So
they did. I tested it.
They did. Okay, good. So now they finally put that patch in. That's good. Did you hear about Jordan Peterson checking into rehab in Russia. A bit off topic. It is off topic, but we love Jordan Peterson on the Dropshot. I've recently converted Tanner to a Petersonite. He's an acolyte novice though. He still needs to consume far more content, but he's in progress. And yes, I did hear about that, and I'm very sorry to him and his family. But it sounds like from the latest update that he's on the mend. So, thoughts and prayers out to the Peterson family and the good doctor, Jordan B. Peterson. So, and then last note here, a note from the weapons team, the Solo Zero, the night vision goggles enhanced. So the scope, the thermal scope, that is the green color as opposed to the white color, is supposed to see through smoke, but right now it doesn't, and we'll have it fixed shortly. Okay, good. They're aware of the bug, and they're fixing it. Exactly. Tanner's married, blood, so Jordan Peterson would be in favor of marital intercourse. So Tanner does not refrain from sex, as far as I know.
No.
Spec Ops not reading this. Keyboard and mouse.
Just no fucking point at all.
No one
fuck
cares.
Spec Ops.
Yeah, fuck Spec Ops. If you wanted to hear Spec Ops news on this podcast, give me a 0-star rating, unsubscribe.
Yeah, please just fucking get the fuck out of here if you play Spec Ops.
DDoS my RSS feed. I don't care. This is not a Spec Ops podcast. So I'm not wasting anyone's time reading that. Keyboard and mouse. Added change to loadout keybinds for loadout 6 through 10. Should have been in the game already, but that's cool.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Wow.
Fix the visual.
Don't care though.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Fix the visual issue. That doesn't matter really either. I noticed it before. It's fixed now. That's good. CDL, you can now use specialist, which mirrors the official CDL tournaments playlist. You can use specialist in the official CDL tournament games, and basically everyone does. That's why you never see kill streaks. Some adjustments to Codcaster. Not reading these either. And then PC, when using the tracker perk, footprints are now visible even when the bullets, impacts, and sprays option is disabled in the graphics tab. That's cool. And then some fixes to prevent crashes and improve stability. I hope that includes Ground War, and I hope it's not fake news, because Tanner and I, part of the reason we haven't played much Ground War is because it so consistently and reliably crashes for PC users that we just kind of fucking gave up on trying. So hopefully this fix to prevent crashes and improve stability pertains to PC users on Ground War specifically, because that is the only time I've ever crashed in this game. So we're going to have to give that a shot. And that covers the patch notes. So there are, of course, hidden changes, which we're going to be going over. Number one, they added a nuclear calling card. And you can see it on the screen here. It is a nuclear calling card that I did leak a long time ago. Let me see if I can loop this. Yeah, there we go. Okay, good. So it is a calling card I leaked months ago that I suspected was going to be a new calling card, and others suspected that as well. Turns out it is. Bad news for us, though. If you didn't get a nuke after the patch, then you don't have this calling card. So Tanner and I have both gotten nukes before Season 2, before this patch. We do not have the calling card. It does not apply retroactively. So the only way to get this calling card is to get a nuke after Season 2. So
I just don't even care, though. It's ugly.
It is very ugly. Doesn't look great. I still care. I'm still going to be going for it. But it's a huge letdown, especially compared to like the Black Ops 4 nuclear calling card.
Yeah, and those weren't even... what's it called? They were just still images.
And yeah, the Black Ops 4 nuke calling card was a still image, but it just looked so fucking good.
It was a great, especially Nuked Out. Nuked Out looked really dope, which I had. I just didn't use it usually.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, nuked out pretty much all the calling cards in BO4 looked super good, you know?
Yeah.
I'm trying to pull this up here. Hold on 1 second. There we go. So that's the nuclear calling card from Black Ops 4. Looked fantastic.
Looks great.
And we don't have that in this game, so. Bloodless TV says, really, I've had no issues with Ground War. He is a PC player. With both my NVIDIA or AMD GPUs. That's weird, Blood. Tanner and I both crash. It has nothing to do with our systems, though. Like, my system, you can look in my Amazon panel. I have a fantastic system that I spent thousands of dollars on. It runs the game swimmingly. Like, in every playlist, it plays extremely well, never stutters, never lags, never glitches, no screen tearing, no issues graphically, no artifacts, ever, right? Ever. Always 200 plus frames. But I crash in Ground War. So it's not my fault. It's not my system.
No, it's not.
It is the game's fault. It is something to do with this shit game and its shit optimization, and PC players with high-end machines like me and Tanner crash on Ground War because of something to do with the coding of this game and that playlist specifically. But I'm glad you don't have issues with it. That's cool. It is something to do with the system, obviously, but their playlist should interact and play well with my system because every other playlist does, you know. And yes, you do have to get another nuke to unlock the card. So as of right now, if you get a nuke, you'll get the calling card. But if you got one before Season 2, you will not have the calling card. There is an overclock on my GPU and my CPU. I've never tried turning off the overclock on my GPU. I suspect that would not work because it would be weird to me that it would be playlist dependent.
Yeah.
So, but that's interesting, Blood. He said Bloodless says it works for a lot of other Reddit users. So if I crash again in Ground War, I'll switch to a profile with no overclocking on my GPU and I'll see if that works. It's a good thing to try because that worked for me in Black Ops 4. I would crash all the time, and then when I turned off my overclock, did you delete all of our patch notes, Tanner?
No, I didn't do anything. I was wondering what the hell happened.
Oh.
Teddy is laying here. I wonder if he I think Teddy hit enter and moved it all down because it's like 7 pages long.
No, that's fine. I
was wondering what happened.
I pressed Control Z, so it's back to
You
normal.
Control Z the fuck out of it.
That's fair, Blood. Yeah, you might be right. You might be right. Ground War maps are objectively harder to run. There's more to render, more people to render. That makes sense. So maybe it's pushing the cards too hard. It's possible. Yeah, maybe I'll turn off the overclocks. That might be a good try. Or a good thing to try. Oh yeah, Teddy did press enter a bunch. Fucking Teddy, dude.
I think he was just laying on the enter button actually for like an hour.
All right, it's fine. Okay, so where were we? Fucking cat. All right, sorry. We have some technical difficulties at the drop shot here. So
we got the thermals now.
Okay, yeah, the text got deleted, I guess. Whatever. I know what this is about. So there was a buff to cold-blooded. Evidently, cold-blooded works with thermal scopes now in the same way you would expect them to. So if you have cold-blooded and you're being looked at through a thermal, it is very hard to see you, as if you're not there. You don't have the heat signature anymore. I don't know how I feel about this. This is such a rare case. Like, you're using cold-blooded and the enemy has a thermal scope. Like, that's such a rare confluence of events that I don't really care. But it is just an interesting thing to note. This was not in the patch notes, by the way, so keep that in mind. Another thing that was not in the patch notes, but I welcome it, they added camo progress. So when you go to your gun and you're looking through your camos, so you see spray paint, woodland, digital, you see them all, it'll say spray paint camos, 7 out of 10 unlocked. So you know, okay, I still have to do some more spray paint, so I still need to get some more kills. Or 9 out of 10 tiger. So, okay, I only have to get whatever, 5 more long shots and then I'm done. So that's cool that they added that. Makes the Damascus grind a lot easier. Another stealth change. Looks like there's a nerf to the chopper gunner. I think it is uncontroversial to say that the chopper gunner has less health now. It's way faster. It dies way faster under fire. What some people are saying, which I can't confirm, is if it shoots more slowly or not. The automatic firing from it. I used the chopper gunner. I noticed that it died quickly. I did not notice that it shot any more slowly. What about you, Tanner?
I didn't notice anything to do with the fire rate.
Yeah.
I did think I got shot down quicker, but it was also rust, so it's a lot of players close by shooting at me.
Yeah, but a lot of people have been talking about the chopper gunner having less health. I think that happened. I'm pretty sure that happened. Bloodless says, I think the chopper needs a splash damage buff. I don't think I agree with that. Its splash damage is already pretty good. You can melt people that are in buildings with it. I wouldn't change the splash damage on the automatic rounds. Maybe on the rockets, if that's what you're referring to. But next up, the old DLC weapons are achievable. This is fantastic. So the ram before season 2. So in season 1, there was a new weapon, the ram and the Holger. And the way you unlock them was to getting to a tier. So you get to tier 40, whatever, you get the ram. So now the ram is still in the game, but those tiers are gone because season 1's over. But they added a way in which you can still unlock the ram. So this one is get 2 headshots using ARs in 25 matches. So it's cool that they're adding a path to unlocking those DLC guns in new seasons if you happened to miss out. So I think that's great. The new map is too big. We talked about this. Snakeshot akimbo. Okay, so as soon as I wrote down in my notes, quote, all caps, Snakeshot akimbo XD DDDDDD. That's how I feel about this fucking change. Let me take a rip because I'm about to go on a tirade.
Big fan of the D's, I see.
I know you are. So as soon as I saw that akimbo was getting added to the game for pistols, my first thought was everyone's going to be doing Snakeshot akimbo. It's going to be like akimbo model 1887s and from Modern Warfare 2 all over again, and I'm not happy about it. Here's why. In this game, you can have 5 attachments on a weapon, including a perk. So if you choose a perk, you can have 4 attachments. Akimbo is a weapon perk. So I only have to sacrifice 20% of my attachments, 1 out of 5, to be running 2 fucking Snakeshot magnums, which makes the magnum fire a shotgun round rather than a magnum pistol round. And now this thing is just wildly better than any other secondary in the game. Kind of. The only saving grace is that Snakeshot akimbo is still going to be fucking terrible at range, just like Snakeshot regular is at range. So there's still an argument to using other pistols as secondaries. But as far as close quarters goes, Snakeshot akimbo is obviously the choice. So this pisses me off. If you're going to add akimbo, you need another downside besides simply not being able to ADS. Because if I'm going to use a Snakeshot Magnum, I'm never going to ADS anyway. So taking akimbo, there's literally no downside, right? And that's not okay. So additionally with akimbo, I think it would make sense that if you're switching to your pistols, that switch speed is slower if you're using akimbo. I think that is about the best way you're going to balance this. Have you seen... By the way, it took me all of 20 minutes to get killed by akimbo Snakeshot when I loaded up season 2. Literally, second match, I died to akimbo Snakeshot. And I'm like, wow, this is unsurprising.
I haven't seen it, no. I actually was using Snakeshot earlier for the weekly challenge of 100 pistol kills. And I didn't even run akimbo. I don't know why. I didn't even really... I don't know. It's just fine without it. I didn't even try it. But I didn't see anybody running akimbo anything the whole time I was playing today, which I thought was strange, especially for how much Rust I played.
As people start unlocking it, it's terrible. I don't know, dude. I don't like it. I like the idea of akimbo, but when you have snakeshot in the game, it's impossible to balance that. I don't like it. So that's going to be a menace. So just keep that in mind. Like, why even run a shotgun? Literally, why run a shotgun? If I wanted to just use a shotgun in a game, here's what I'm doing. Riot Shield, akimbo 357s. It's better than any shotgun, except a 725 maybe. So,
yeah.
I don't know. It's fucking crazy to me. Benjamin, welcome to the Dropshot. You're our first guest.
Yeah.
Why didn't you make it private? You were recording a podcast right now.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good, buddy. Just sit tight because we're almost done here. Actually, we are done pretty much. So, anything to add, Tanner?
I saw Swag just tweeted out that Ground War is officially chalked with the new kill chain perk.
Let me pull up the tweet
quote unquote
here.
Balancing. And all that dude plays is Ground War. So I hadn't even thought about that, dude. Ground War is going to be fucking horrible now.
Yeah.
Everybody running Ghost and Kill Chain. Holy shit.
Ground War is chalked because of kill chain. Now, I'm not a cool kid, nor am I a POC, so I don't know what chalked means.
It's done for. Ground War is wiped now. Ground War is garbage. Ground War is dog shit. Ground War sucks.
Yeah, okay. That's what I figured from context clues, but yeah. UrbanDictionary.com has confirmed that you're correct. So,
Thank you.
yeah. So, yeah, that's interesting. Ground War will suck ass with kill chain being so easy. Just like I was saying earlier, that was a bad change to move kill chain. It was a good change to move overkill, bad change to move kill chain. Kill chain's way too good. It needed to stay in perk 2 with all the other good perks. So,
yeah.
So, Bloodless says, I got all guns akimbo last night. I've been playing with them all day. It's really not OP at all. You haven't been using akimbo snakeshot then. And if you have been, then you haven't played with it enough. Because snakeshot by itself is OP as far as pistols go close range. So if you throw on 2 of them, again, you're never going to ADS anyway with snakeshot, right? So you get the benefit of a second snakeshot pistol and none of the downsides because you don't ADS anyway. So now it's just stupid good. It's too good for a secondary. Every other pistol I'm happy with akimbo. That's fine. Because with every other pistol, there's an incentive to ADSing. So if you lose that incentive, then okay, that's fine. But with snakeshot, it doesn't have that dependence on ADSing. So when you have akimbo, it's all upside, no downside. And the upside is extremely high. Yeah, snakeshot's still really good. Well, yeah, the 725 is better than a snakeshot, kind of. First of all, it only has 2 shots as opposed to 6, so I'm not even sure I would say it's the shoddy king. It definitely doesn't have as much range as a 725, nor is its refire rate as fast. But it's also not a primary weapon, and the 725 is. So I don't even think that comparison makes sense. That's like comparing an M4 to a 1911. It's like, yeah, the M4 is better. Okay. It's like, but that one's a primary, one's a secondary, you know? If it were akimbo pre-nerf, it'd be hella OP. Yeah, that's clear. I think even post-nerf, it's going to be OP, though, dude. Overkill's a second slot perk now. Bad move. I think overkill being second slot is fine. I just think kill chain being first slot is bad.
Yeah, that's good because a bunch of the kids still run overkill, and so now they're not running ghost. So I actually love that.
Yeah, exactly. And overkill was super strong, so it makes sense to put it in the pool with all the other really good perks. But moving kill chain out was so dumb. So. Overkill and scavenger. Well, but who cares? Because if ammo conservation is your issue when you're running overkill, you can just use the ammo box field upgrade. It's like, you know. So anyway, anything else, Tanner? Closing thoughts?
I don't think so.
It's pretty much about it for me. We don't have that much experience with season 2. We will have more feedback for you guys on the next episode of the Dropshot, which will be this Saturday, the 15th at 8 p.m. Pacific time. Once again, this is streamed live at twitch.tv/Razinon. If you're listening to this on any other platform, feel free to go follow me on Twitch right now so that the next time I go live, you can join the chat, be a part of the live podcasting session. And if you are, of course, listening to this on iTunes, please give this podcast a rating. I would appreciate it. You can find me at Razinon on every social media platform: Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Stitcher, everything, Twitch, doesn't matter. You can find me at Razinon. And then Tanner, you can find him on Twitter at Tanner54, and that's going to be with 4 R's. So it's going to be TANNERRRR54. Thank you very much, as always, for listening, young kings. We will be back Saturday, and I will be live streaming some gameplay tomorrow, Thursday, 7 o'clock Pacific time. I hope to see you there. Remember, stay humble.